Hello, back in episode number 432 of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. This is going to be EC Dub for week 3 of October 2023, also known as the Go Home Show for High Voltage this Saturday. And yeah, we're going to learn the final team who's going to take, well, not the final team, the only team who is going to take on the Hurt Business in the main event. Not in the main event. What am I on about? In the opening match, it'll be the Usos against Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. Winner faces the Hurt Business at High Voltage to crown the first ECW Tag Team Champions. Also got a SummerSlam rematch between Julia and Liv Morgan tonight. The Tribal Chief is here, and a whole lot more. So, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into tonight's Go Home Show. We kick off with an 82 rated match. That honestly should have been better. I don't think Cedric only scoring a 70th or whatever it was. Apparently there was a lack of psychology. And yeah. But Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander defeat the Usos in the opening match here tonight, when Mustafa Ali pins Jey Uso with an 054. These Usos, I don't know what's going on with these Usos. There was one week where Jimmy was like head and shoulders above Jey. And I was like, maybe he's the good Uso in this save. But now, Jay's scoring a 98, and Jimmy's scoring a 92. So, who knows. Ali gets a 91, a 73 for Cedric Alexander, apparently brought the match all the way down to an 82. But, with that victory, it now means that the match to determine ECW's first tag team champions at High Voltage will be Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, Heart and Soul, taking on Ronnie Hughes and Damon Kemp of the Hurt Business. Then after the match, MVP comes out and he goes, Mama, congratulations, Cedric, Mustafa. You know, the Usos was one of the greatest, if not the greatest tag team in WWE history. You put them down, and I can respect that. But just let it be known, business for the Usos right now appears to be quite low. As for the Hurt Business will be booming. And that'll begin this Saturday at High Voltage, when primetime Ronnie Hughes and the Lethal Weapon Damon Kemp become the first ECW Tag Team Champions. Then Ali takes the mic, he goes, Yo MVP, I've got a lot of respect for you and what you're trying to brew with the Hurt Business here, but you don't know who you're talking to, man. You're talking to Heart and Soul. We carried 205 Live on our backs during a division that it was left to drown. Okay, and we made it to Raw, to SmackDown. Hell, I became Universal Champion. And now, at the High Voltage, I'm going to finish my Grand Slam and I'm going to become a Tag Team Champion. I'm going to go down in history as a Grand Slam Champion. There ain't a damn thing you can do about that. And then cut backstage, Dudley's with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. The last time we'll see all three men before the 6-man tag team match they're going to have with Tekkers at High Voltage. And yeah, Mackenzie just getting the last words from Dudley, Kyle and Roddy. And they're like, I'm going to batter that ZSJ, he's a douchebag, innit? And Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Kyle the God, as he is, he'll probably score a 90 and make the match a 95, because that's just what he does. But yeah, it should be a banger. I am looking forward to it. Dudley, Kyle, and Roddy against Tekkers. 74 rated match. I gave Cora Jade a win. She beats Ruby Riott in 9:38 with a double underhook DDT. 76 for Cora Jade. 73 for Ruby Riott. I didn't want to put Ruby in this match, and I will explain why. I'm going to be I'm open to discussions about Ruby, because I have been staring at her on my roster page, and I know that I want to repackage her in some way. But I kind of want to be more out with it. Like, more out of the body. Like, not the same character by any means, because I just don't think it would work with Ruby. But the same way that Tony Storm went under a complete shift in AEW, I kind of want Ruby to also go under a complete shift and become someone else, but I can't think of a role that she would fit in that isn't just punky rebel. So I am still... Her and another person are two people that are currently, in limbo, while I am actively trying to think of things for them to do. And yeah, I'm open to any possible suggestions of things you think Ruby Riott might be able to pull off. Because again, this is basically the people's show. I kind of want to try something new with her. So, any ideas would be appreciated. Anyway, we then come back to the Bloodline. Well, no, we don't. We come back to the Usos, not the entire Bloodline. And they're downtrodden. Jay's downtrodden. He got beat in that opening match. Jimmy's trying to catch him. It's okay, Us. It's okay, Us. Listen here, right? You got to find a silver lining here. We could be there for the Tribal Chief this Saturday to try and help him become ECW champion, Us. The Bloodline's still going to rule, whether we're the champions or not. And Jay just sort of looks at him, sneers at him. Then Jimmy knocks on Roman's locker room door and Heyman sticks his head out. He goes, "Hey, Us, won't let us in." He goes, "1 second." He goes, my tribal chief. It's your cousins. What, do you want me to let him in? No. Just, okay, my tribal chief. He turns back to the Usos and he goes, "Jimmy, good to see you. We've got a lot to discuss about tonight. Because tonight Roman Reigns is going to have a contract signing with Dolph Ziggler for their match at High Voltage. And we need to discuss things with you. So come in, Jimmy." He sort of ushers Jimmy in. Then Jay goes to follow him in and goes, "All right, you." And Heyman stops him and goes, "Jimmy." And shuts the door. 69 rated tag match. Better than it had any right to be, honestly, given the ratings here. It is the hot new tag team Joeman who defeat Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Oh, Matt Cardona, sorry. Whoever the fuck that other guy was. He's dead, apparently. Braun Strowman pins Kurt Hawkins with a power slam in 7:25. The finish is Matt Cardona. He's beating up on Joe Hendry. Hendry gets the hot tag. In comes Braun. Braun goes to charge at Matt Cardona. He tags out. Kurt Hawkins is tagged in, and then second as Matt Cardona tags out, he grabs the television title and sprints through the crowd, out of the arena, away from Braun, leaving Kurt Hawkins to die as Joeman pick up the win. 70 for Joe Hendry, 73 for Braun, 38 for Kurt Hawkins, and a 50 for Matt Cardona. We then see a dog carrying cross vignette, and he's walking the streets in the dark in a hood. He goes, "These people, they don't know that there's evil amongst them. I am that evil. Life, a lot of the time, doesn't go the way you think it should. But that's okay. Because it's up to you to take life and snap its neck and drink its blood and make it what you want to make it. ECW was supposed to be my home. But recently, it's been another evil obstacle that this sick, twisted game of life has thrown at me. But fear not, because once I get back, there are no rules, no limitations. I will be the living embodiment of extreme. So, ECW roster, enjoy your final weeks breathing this fine air, because soon it'll be filled with the toxins of your blood. Nothing personal, kids." They cut back to the ring. Roxy Perez comes out. As the Liberty Champion, she can float, and we did advertise last week that she would be here this week. Her first appearance on ECW. She goes, "I've been busy with this whole Mae Young Classic thing and Jade Cargill breathing down my neck, that I sort of forgot about. There's a new brand that I've yet to show my face on. It's called ECW. Now, the original ECW closed the year I was born, so I don't really have, the knowledge of growing up watching guys in ECW. So, I'm here to change the definition of the game. Okay? This right here, this championship, it can be defended across Raw, SmackDown, and here. And I hear there's a whole new batch of women over here on ECW looking to get in the ring and try and become champion.
Toxic.
Out come Toxic Attraction. Gigi is sort of sauntering her way down. JC's looking a bit confused, but she is following Gigi because they are tag team partners. And Gigi goes, "Oh, Roxy, I'm so glad you could make it. You appear to have got my invitation to come to my show." And JC goes, "Invitation? Well, what invitation?" She goes, "You see, JC, last week we came up short in our attempt to become tag team champions. But Roxy's here now. And Roxy, she's a champion, and we can become champions. I mean, one of us can. I can become Women's Liberty Champion." Okay, so, Roxy, you haven't got to worry about Jade Cargill. I can see the look on your face. You're nervous that Jade Cargill is going to destroy you because she's undefeated. But no matter, because I'm taking that championship off you at high voltage, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Out come Ichiban's 3 women, Aoi, Yoko, and Meiko. And Meiko takes the mic and she goes, "Gigi, you lost. If anyone should be next Liberty Champion, it should be Aoi." And Aoi sort of looks at the belt, looks at Gigi and nods. Gigi goes, but you don't get it. You see, I brought Roxy over here. Toxic Attraction are the ones who need to become champions. I need to become champion, and that Liberty Championship is looking right for the taking. And Roxy goes, "Well, you mean, we don't have to turn this into some sort of big argument, okay? This is the Liberty Championship. I came here to defend this against the best here on ECW, and it appears we've got a stalemate as to finding out who the best is. So, I already talked to Heyman, and I will already decided that I will defend my Liberty Championship at high voltage, and it was against whoever from ECW stepped up. And since it appears that Gigi stepped up and Aoi stepped up, we're going to have ourselves a triple threat match for the Liberty Championship at high voltage." And then JC takes the mic and goes, No, wait, listen, Roxy, I step up too. I also really want a championship match. I'm stepping up. If Gigi's good enough for one, so surely I am, right? Roxy goes, "Yeah, I think I'll stick to the triple threat, thanks." And JC's like, "What the fuck?" But yes, there is our Liberty Championship triple threat match for high voltage. I just had one more spare spot on the card. I thought I can stick a Liberty title match on there. So it's going to be Roxy, Gigi, and Aoi in a 3-way for the Liberty Championship. 84. Based on those 2 ratings there, that's the perfect match score for this. It is the Paragons, Bobby Roode, taking on Ichiban, Shinsuke Nakamura, and it is Shinsuke who picks up the win. He puts Bobby Roode down with a Kinshasa in 17:26. 85 for Shinsuke, 83 for Bobby Roode, and that's a big win for Shinsuke heading into his match with Adam Cole Baby at high voltage. Which, after the match, the rest of Paragon run in and attack Shinsuke. Suzuki and the young lion Rikuru Sarazawa do run out. Or, well, probably menacingly stroll out in the case of Minoru Suzuki. And I imagine they actually do kind of flee and back off once Suzuki just walks out because, he's Minoru Suzuki. But the damage may be done to Shinsuke ahead of high voltage. we had a Karrion Kross vignette earlier on tonight, and now we have one from the Big X himself. He's there in his sunglasses in his private Romanian hotel room with his pizza boxes, and he says, "I hear a lot of people have been saying ECW is the best show in WWE, and I agree. It is where all alpha males apply their craft. Apart from that beta world champion Dolph Ziggler, who had to get the one up on the Big X when he challenged for that championship a couple of weeks ago. Now, the Big X, he ain't one to play games, okay? If you're going to mess with me, you know you're not man enough to mess with me, and I'm going to put you in the dirt. But it's okay. I'm off, living the fine life, smoking my cigars, driving around cars, hashtag bars. He doesn't say hashtag bars, but yeah. And now, I'm looking at everybody on this show and I'm seeing nothing but losers. You all need to learn how to become a man like me. How to become a man like the Big X, because you're all broke. So starting next week, I'm officially offering my program, The Big X Regime, and how you, too, can become an alpha. You may apply on WWE.com. And I look to whip all of you losers into shape to see if any of you can be salvaged into a man like me. Next week, on top of that, I guess, this is a pay-per-view go-home week, so we're not really announcing much for next week because it's going to all based on like the fallout of the show. But I need to announce something. So we do have Warden taking on Damian Priest, and what should be a banger. But yeah, other than that, most of the matches for next week's show are going to obviously be fallout from High Voltage. And speaking of that, we have a couple more matches to confirm, including this for the ECW Tag Team Championships. Damon Kemp and Ronnie Hughes of the Hurt Business take on Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander in the finals of the tournament to crown the inaugural champions of, well, at least this lineage. And the Women's Liberty Championship is on the line, a triple threat match as Roxy Perez defends against Ichiban's Aoi Maikawa and Toxic Attraction's Gigi Dolan. 78 rated main event. Yeah, that's fine, but I put the contract signing on last because I knew this wasn't going to be like blue, because Liv's psychology and stamina in the game is really shit. So, yeah. But it is Julia who does win, 15.55 of a diving crossbody, 90 for Julia, 77 for Liv. And that is a big win against Liv, Shida's tag team partner, ahead of her and Shida's ECW Women's Championship match at High Voltage, which should sure be a fun one. But the show's not over yet because out comes the Tribal Chief. And he takes a seat at the head of the table. And Heyman obviously stands there because he is the ECW GM. He goes, "Ladies and gentlemen." Oh, also, Roman comes out with Judge Jimmy, not Jay. So, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the contract signing for the main event, biggest clash at ECW's first dual-branded pay-per-view event. Premium live event, I believe I've been contractually obligated to call it. High Voltage. This Saturday night, where in the main event, the face of the new ECW, the next ECW champion, your Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, looks to take the championship from the current champion, Dolph Ziggler. Now, Ziggler, for nearly 20 years, he's been the guy. You guys have loved Dolph Ziggler. He's put his heart and his soul into this ring every single time he stepped into the ring. And Dolph Ziggler, you damn sure do make all your opponents look good. And on Saturday night, you, my friend, will make the Tribal Chief look spectacular when he puts you down and becomes your next ECW champion. Now, my Tribal Chief has signed the contract. The champion, it's all over to you." Out comes Ziggler. Ziggler takes a seat. You know, not showing any emotion, not backing down in the face of Roman Reigns at all. He goes, This is the guy. This is the tribal chief I've heard so much about. You know, we're face to face a couple of times now, Roman, and every single time I get less and less impressed. You know, you're supposed to have this massive bloodline behind you. This army. All I see is an Uso. And the shell of a general manager. Now, Paul. You want to come out here and run your mouth about Dolph Ziggler being a phony champion, how I'm going to make the tribal chief look good, and how he's the real face of ECW. Well, I've got a newsflash for you. The face of ECW is the person who holds this. And right now, I don't see this being held by Roman Reigns. I damn sure don't see it being held by you. It's being held by me. And I've worked too damn hard for too damn long to get here. Fighting the odds, because I wasn't a guy like Roman Reigns. They looked at Roman Reigns and they saw what he's become today, and they looked at Dolph Ziggler and they said, that's a good guy. That's a good hand to make Roman Reigns look strong. I'm telling you what, Paul, it ain't gonna happen. I'll make Roman Reigns look the weakest he's ever looked when I beat him and keep my championship that I've deserved for all my career. Roman's just being given handed opportunity after opportunity. Hell, this match, Roman's in the back pocket of the general manager, and he's in a championship match. You want me to believe that's a coincidence? I don't think so. But you throw any obstacle you can at me, because I'll damn sure kick them all down. Ziggler signs the contract. And Ziggler goes to leave when he's jumped by Jimmy Uso. Jimmy starts attacking Dolph. Dolph tries to fight back. And, yeah, Dolph goes to super kick Jimmy. Jimmy catches it. And then Roman knocks him out of a Superman punch. Dolph Ziggler's down. He goes back in the corner. He goes, ooh, wah. Then out from the back with a chair storms Warden. Roman sees him. He goes to send Jimmy after him. Warden twats him with a steel chair on the back. And he takes Jimmy down. Roman sort of looking dazed. He goes to leave, but then Dolph Ziggler super kicks him. He stays on his feet. He goes all groggy. Warden busts into the ring, takes Roman down to the floor, rips his shirt off or something. He gets him in position for a powerbomb. He goes to powerbomb Roman Reigns through the table. But he turns around, he's super kicked by Jay. Jay has come out. And then Jay also super kicks Dolph Ziggler. And he helps Roman Reigns to his feet. He goes, Oos, I got you, Oos. And Roman shoves Jay on his ass. He goes, what are you doing? Huh? Turns to him. He goes, what's he doing out here? I told you, stay in the back. Jay, you're embarrassing. You're lost again. We don't need you out here. I had things going well and truly in my own hands. And I don't need you out here messing things up for me. Okay? I had it handled. Jimmy had it handled. Okay? Now you gonna screw things up like you always do. Then he turns around and Ziggler super kicks the fuck out of Roman Reigns again. This, I imagine, is like... You see a super kick occasionally, or like... Make the biggest thwack you've ever heard in your life, and then the guy selling it will sell it like fucking death. This is that. Roman just gets his fucking head kicked off. And Heyman's in shock, goes, oh, my tribal chief. As she sort of looks across angrily at Jay, and Jimmy's recovering on the outside. Dolph Ziggler holds the belt up high. Warden's sort of just lingering around the ring. You know, because he just has beef with the bloodline. And that's how we end the go-home show. 84. I'll take that. Yeah. What matters more, though, is what you thought of the show. So do let me know what you thought in the comments below. And we are now 2 episodes away from the first ECW pay-per-view High Voltage. But before then, we have SmackDown. The fallout from a very, very eventful episode last week will be episode 424. See you then.